Why Filipino boxers are taking over the world. The secret revealed.
What makes Filipino boxers so dominant in the ring? Is it their power? Their speed? Or is there something even deeper driving them to greatness? Today, we reveal the one thing that gives Filipino fighters an edge over the rest of the world. Filipino boxing dominance. For decades, Filipino fighters have shocked the world, producing legendary champions like Manny Pacquiao, Nonito Donaire, and Elorde. But what fuels their rise to the top? The fighting spirit of Filipinos. Filipinos are born fighters, not just in the ring, but in life. Many of these warriors come from poverty, fighting their way out of hardship with nothing but grit and determination. Did you know? The Philippines has a rich boxing history, with fighters constantly taking on bigger, stronger opponents and winning. This warrior mentality isn't just about skill, it's a way of life. Top 5 Filipino boxers and their inspiring stories. Manny Pacquiao, from poverty to world champion. Manny Pacquiao was born into extreme poverty in Kibawe, Bukidnon, and raised in General Santos City. His father, Rosalio, worked as a farmer, and his mother, Dionysia, struggled to provide for their 6 children. Life was so hard that Pacquiao once saw his father kill and eat his dog because they had no food. At just 14 years old, Manny dropped out of school and left home to pursue boxing in Manila. He lived on the streets, sometimes eating only once a day. He trained tirelessly, fighting for small purses just to send money back to his family. The breakthrough. Pacquiao's raw talent caught the eye of his first trainer, Freddie Roach, who recognized his incredible speed and power. Under Roach's guidance, Pacquiao moved to the US, where he shocked the world by knocking out Lelo Ledwaba in 2001, becoming a world champion. From there, he climbed the ranks, defeating boxing legends like Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, and Oscar De La Hoya. Eventually, he became the only 8-division world champion in history, a record that still stands today. Pacquiao's motivation. I fight not for myself, but for my family and for the Filipino people. He used his success to give back, building homes, schools, and even entering politics to help his country. Nonito Donaire, the underdog turned knockout king. Unlike Pacquiao, Nonito Donaire's story starts in Taliban, Bohol, but his family moved to the US when he was young. As a skinny kid, he was often bullied for his size and accent, which pushed him to take up boxing. The turning point. At first, Donaire didn't like the sport. But his father, who was a former amateur boxer, trained him hard. He started winning amateur competitions, eventually capturing the IBF flyweight title in 2007, with a brutal knockout of Vic Darchinyan. Donaire's left hook became legendary, earning him multiple world titles across 4 weight divisions. He became known as the Filipino Flash, due to his speed and power. His legacy. Even at an older age, Donaire continued to fight at a high level, inspiring young boxers with his resilience. His career proves that Filipinos don't just fight, they evolve and adapt to keep winning. Nonito's story shows how challenges can fuel greatness. He turned his struggles into strength, becoming one of the most respected boxers in the world. Elorde, the original Filipino boxing king. For Pacquiao, there was Gabriel Elorde. Born in Cebu in 1935, Elorde came from a humble background, working odd jobs as a child to help his family. His rise to fame, despite his small frame, Elorde had incredible footwork and defensive skills. He became a world super featherweight champion, holding the title for 7 years, the longest reign in his division's history. Elorde paved the way for Filipino boxing, proving that Filipinos could dominate on the world stage, long before Pacquiao's era. Nesthy Petecio, the Trailblazing champion. Nesthy Petecio, a native of Davao del Sur, grew up in a family of farmers. She started boxing at 11 years old, inspired by her father, who was an amateur boxer. Despite facing financial hardships, and societal stereotypes about women in sports, Nesthy persevered. In 2021, she made history by winning the silver medal in women's featherweight boxing at the Tokyo Olympics, becoming the first Filipino woman to win an Olympic boxing medal. Victory paved the way for more women in the sport. Nesthy's journey is a powerful reminder that gender and background should never limit your dreams. She broke barriers and inspired a generation of female athletes.
Donnie Nietes, the silent assassin. Donnie Nietes, nicknamed Ahas, Snake,
Grew up in Murcia, Negros Occidental. He started boxing to escape poverty, working as a janitor at the ALA boxing gym while training. His quiet demeanor belied his fierce talent in the ring. Donnie became the longest reigning Filipino world champion, holding titles for over a decade. He's also one of the few Filipino boxers to win world titles in 4 weight classes. Donnie's story is a lesson in humility and perseverance. He proved that you don't need to be loud to make noise. Your actions and dedication can speak for themselves. Why their stories matter. These boxers didn't just win titles. They overcame poverty, discrimination, and countless obstacles to achieve their dreams. Their stories remind us that resilience, hard work, and heart can take you further than talent alone. So what's the one thing that makes Filipino boxers truly unstoppable? It's their heart. Filipinos fight not just for money or fame. They fight for their families, for their country, for survival. That relentless hunger sets them apart. Boxing isn't just a sport in the Philippines, it's a lifeline. That's why no matter how strong their opponents are, Filipino fighters will never back down. From Manny Pacquiao to today's rising stars, one thing is clear: Filipinos are built different. Which of these stories inspired you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you loved this video and want to see more about Filipino greatness, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we have more amazing stories coming your way.